Whether you know it or not, 6-7 is a powerful philosophical mantra. Right now, what do I mean by this, right? So 6-7, what does it mean? What does it mean? And if you look it up, I'm pretty sure it just says it has no meaning, right? It doesn't have, that's the whole point of 6-7. There's no meaning. You just say it on a whim, and that kind of goes on to what I want to talk about with 6-7, and it's that the situations that you use 6-7 in kind of reflect some older philosophical schools of thought that no one's thinking that deeply, but it just like occurred to me. And to get to that, oh my gosh, the lawnmower started. Whatever, we're gonna keep going. But anyways, 6-7, right? When do we say 6-7? It's it's different for everybody, but I feel like most people, when they say 6-7, it's something that's not really thought out, right? It's on impulse. It's not something that you think about. You don't be like, oh, it's 1:52, I better say 6-7 now, right? Most of the time it's just on a whim. And when you say 6-7 in like a public area, unprompted, you're breaking societal expectations, right? No one goes around saying random stuff like apple, banana, right? Unprompted. No one says that. And I feel like that reflects your inner, desire to break free from, societal expectations. And it's very close to existentialism, and how that school of thought thinks that nothing really matters, so you should just do what you want to do, right? Find what you want to do what you want. Don't worry about what anything else is, what else is going on around you. And so, like this lawnmower, it's super loud, but I'm gonna record anyways. And it's like you don't care about these trivial matters, and instead you're like, oh, whatever, 6-7, it's whatever, I can do what I need to do. And I don't know, I feel like that's something that we don't think about, because 6-7 is such a silly, it's like silly, like why it doesn't make any sense. No one thinks about it, but it really shows that like urge, that desire for us as humans to want to do what we want, right? We want to, when we feel something, we want to do it. We don't want to think about, oh, what are people gonna think about? Are they gonna criticize me? Are they gonna think I'm weird or whatever? No, you don't think about that. You just say it, right? And I feel like that's one area where 6-7 is a lot deeper than people give it credit for. Also you can't ignore the fact that some people, say it in other scenarios, or they really just say it to annoy people. But I'm talking about like some certain situations, right? Like this one, where you're just saying it on impulse, on a whim. You're not thinking about it. And that's, I think that's a profound thing to come out of 6-7. Who thought it would be anything, right? I'm kind of surprised it's still alive. And I feel like one of the reasons why it's still so popular and said so much is because it resonates with us, right? It resonates with that feeling like, I don't want to be judged anymore. I'm tired of being judged. I'll just do whatever I want. And 6-7 rolls off the tongue. It's you just want to say it. And I feel like that's like a deep connection to existentialism, or absurdism even, that people don't really think about. And God, this lawnmower. But anyways, another like situation where I feel like 6-7, sort of lends itself to another philosophy is Stoicism, and how a lot of times we say 6-7 as a joke, right? When someone asks us something, hey, have you done your part of the project? I don't know, I'll do it in 6 to 7 days. And then we all laugh, right? And it's like you're brushing off something that you can't avoid, right? Something that you don't want to think about. And, I feel like that's like a deflection that we don't even realize ourselves. We just say it because it's funny, right? But in reality, it's like our subconscious is thinking, I don't want to do this. I don't want to, spend my time doing this. I don't want to think about that, right? I want to do what I want to do. And I guess now that I'm saying it out loud, it's not very stoic. It's still a bit more existential. And I don't know. I just feel like it's kind of weird how 6-7 has become so ubiquitous with, what we say. And in these circumstances, right? In certain circumstances, it has a whole, what am I trying to say? It has a deeper meaning than we give it credit for, right? And I feel like if we embrace 6-7, right? Not as, literally embrace 6-7. I'm talking about like the concept of, accepting that we can forget about social pressures. We can forget about, expectations. We can do what we want to do. I feel like that's something that we should really take to heart, especially now. Like for me, I'm going off, figuring out my career, and it's a difficult time to, worry about what I want to do, what society wants me to do, what my friends are doing, right? And if we take that idea of like 6-7, like, oh, what are you gonna do? I don't know. I'm gonna take 6 to 7 gap years, right? It's like you're not worrying about what other people think. You're not like exposing yourself to them, because when you do that, it's like a part of yourself departs, right? It's like they get that piece of you, and it's like you're held to that expectation that you will do that, right? And I feel like that's really burdening. And when you kind of deflect the question, you don't have to deflect it, but you take what you want, right? What you really want. Like when you say 6-7, you're saying it because you just want to say it, right? You're not thinking about anything else. Same way with your dreams and what you want to do. I feel like if you're able to put expectations, all the social constructs aside, and you take a moment to think about yourself, you think about, what do I want to do? Right? I think that can really change the path for a lot of people and how they think and what they think. And I guess the key takeaway from this whole 6-7 spiel, it doesn't really make sense, but I don't know. I just thought it was kind of cool. But anyways, the key takeaway, right, that I'm thinking of is the key takeaway, right, is if you can, act on the impulse to say 6-7 in any situation, then you can act on the impulse to do better. You can act on the impulse to do what you need to do what you want to do to become successful and be where you're at, right? Think about it. If you say 6-7, you're just doing it, right? You're not thinking about it. And I think we need to take that principle of just doing, not thinking it, just doing it because we feel like that's what we want to do. That's what you want to do, right? If we take that principle with other aspects, like if you want to start a business, don't worry about all the logistics until you actually start your business, right? Well, start the business process. Don't open a restaurant and not do any research. But you get what I'm saying. Don't worry about, oh, if I do a restaurant, I'm not going to make enough money. The economy's not doing good. No, just figure out how to do it, and then you can take it from there. And for me, I feel like this is something that I need to work on. And the reason why it resonates so deeply is because I think too much. Like I worry about things before I even do them. And that holds me back from doing a lot of things that I want to do, things that I feel like would be beneficial for me. And so, just saying 6-7, like, just do it. Just do it. I feel like that's like the big takeaway. It cannot be that crazy cutting grass. But anyways, yeah, I don't know. I feel like I talked too much about 6, 7. But oh well.